New Year's Day in New Orleans turned from celebration to catastrophe as a driver deliberately plowed a truck into crowds on Bourbon Street, leaving 15 people dead and dozens injured. With an ISIS flag flying from the vehicle and explosive devices found on the scene, this attack is being investigated as terrorism. But was the attacker working alone? On a day meant for joy and celebration, the French Quarter of New Orleans became the site of one of the deadliest attacks in recent memory. A pickup truck crashed through barricades on Bourbon Street, targeting holiday revelers gathered to ring in the new year. Witnesses described the horrific moment when the truck veered onto sidewalks, hitting people before the driver exited and opened fire on police. The driver, identified as 42-year-old Shamsud-Din, was killed in a shootout with law enforcement. Authorities say Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas, had a black ISIS flag flying from his truck and had posted social media videos expressing his intent to carry out an attack inspired by the terrorist organization. The FBI has confirmed that Jabbar's actions are being treated as an act of terrorism. Investigators uncovered a cache of weapons and 2 improvised explosive devices, IEDs, inside the truck. Another IED was discovered nearby in the French Quarter and safely detonated by law enforcement. The presence of explosives has raised concerns that Jabbar may not have acted alone. FBI Special Agent Alethea Duncan revealed that investigators are analyzing surveillance footage and questioning potential accomplices. The attack took place in one of the busiest and most iconic parts of New Orleans. Bourbon Street, known for its vibrant nightlife and tourist attractions, was filled with thousands of people at the time. Witnesses recounted the terrifying moments when the truck crashed through barriers and sped into the crowd. Jim and Nicole Maurer, visiting from Iowa, were among the witnesses. They described hearing gunfire and seeing victims strewn across the street. Once the gunfire stopped, we tried to help, but many of the people we saw were already gone, Nicole said, her voice breaking. Police officers on the scene acted quickly, engaging the gunman in a firefight to prevent further casualties. 2 officers were injured during the exchange but are reported to be in stable condition. President Joe Biden addressed the nation, condemning the attack as a horrific act of violence and offering federal resources to aid the investigation. There is no justification for violence of any kind, and we will not tolerate attacks on our communities, Biden said. Attorney General Merrick Garland echoed these sentiments, pledging full cooperation from federal agencies, including the FBI and Homeland Security. President-elect Donald Trump also issued a statement, expressing sympathy for the victims and gratitude to law enforcement for their bravery. Our hearts are with all the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department, Trump said. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry described the attack as devastating and called for unity as the city begins to heal. We are praying for all the victims and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to protect others, he said. The attack has reignited debates about public safety in high-profile tourist areas. The city of New Orleans had previously acknowledged the risk of vehicle-based attacks in a 2017 memo, citing incidents in Nice, London, and New York City. Efforts to upgrade pedestrian barriers in the French Quarter were ongoing at the time of the attack, but the suspect managed to bypass existing barricades. The Sugar Bowl, a major college football playoff game scheduled to take place nearby, was postponed to ensure the safety of attendees. Bomb sweeps were conducted at the Superdome, and heightened security measures have been implemented. As investigators piece together the events leading up to the attack, questions remain about whether Jabbar acted alone or as part of a coordinated effort. The presence of explosives and the attacker's military background have added layers of complexity to the case. For now, the nation mourns the lives lost in this senseless act of violence. From Louisiana to Washington, leaders and citizens alike are calling for vigilance and unity in the face of terror. This tragedy highlights the need for enhanced security in crowded areas and the importance of staying vigilant. How can we better protect public spaces from such attacks? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay informed about this developing story and other major news events, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.